Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, winning entrepreneurs. Oh my goodness, it is snowing up a storm out there. It's literally snowing. Snowing, yeah. But you know what? It actually usually snows in January. Although most people expect a white Christmas, in UK you get a bit of slush and slash in January, sometimes in February as well. So that's normal here. It's bloody freezing. So today I'm all snugged up in my snuggly fleece. The fire is hot. The tea is here. I'm not getting cold. I am literally keeping warm, staying warm and fuzzy. Not going out this weekend unless it stops snowing. No, even if it stops snowing, it's too cold. So, Daily Win Friday. Today there will be no Q&A because in order to have a Q&A, there have to be questions in order to be answers. So guys, you have all week to think up what's disturbing me today. You go to a training, maybe you have a team call and the question is asked and you know it's not answered fully. Bring it into the den, let's answer it. You don't have to wait for Thursday or Friday and a post that says question time, drop your questions here to bring your questions. Drop the questions in the den as a post, as a question. Let's have a discussion, let's have a debate, and on Friday we know I would probably bring in a lot more for you and get your questions fully, give you a fuller, more buffet like answer. So don't wait for Friday or Thursday or for me to say, oh, where are your questions, guys? I'm sure you have questions. I have questions, lots of them. I don't wait for my coach to say, okay, we have a specific training today, now bring your question. No, I go to them. I post in the group forums where I am part of. I post especially in the groups where I am a paid member. I'm sure you know that there are lots of Facebook groups here. Most coaches have a mastermind on Facebook where questions are thrown, discussions are answered, support is given. So this is your space as a winning entrepreneur. This is your space. Throw your questions here, talk about your challenge, talk about your successes, talk about the things that bummed you out or got you super excited. Make this your home. If you have not read my post, Facebook will remove you. I won't be the one who has removed you. Facebook will remove you because you're inactive. Facebook is saying if you're in a group, it's because you want to be there. And if you want to be there, then take your time at least once a week and show up in that group in a way that Facebook recognizes. A, comment. 2, like. 3, share if it's a public group. If it's a private group, you don't share stuff from the group to the outside. In the den, your share is your post. Post in the den. Talk about what you found out there that's interesting for you, that relates to the den. Don't bring links in here, guys. It is a no-no and it is part of the rules. So unless you ask me directly, no links unless they are coming from the administration and moderators of this den. But you can talk about a subject and you can ask whether is it okay to post the link in here, and then you post the link in the comment, not in the post. Making sense? I hope so. So talk about share images. That's great. And definitely bring your questions. If you don't bring your questions, there's no such thing as a Q&A where I ask myself a question and answer the question myself. Do you know what I mean? It has to be your question. This is where you show your brevity, your courage, and bring what you are finding a problem with. Successful people know when to ask for help. They don't act like I know it all, and if I don't, I'll not ask. You know, so show your vulnerabilities because that's when you get the help where you need it. So while I'm watching the beautiful snowfalls, I love watching snowflakes, but I don't like the black ice that comes with them. And I don't definitely like driving on roads that have ice on them. So I hope that it literally just melts as it falls. But it's lovely to look at as it falls. Anyhow, let me not look at the snow outside. As you can see, I'm warm. So today's daily win is quite simple. Celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Yes, celebrate. 1, you're alive. 2, you're healthy. If you're having some health challenges, 3, you're still alive. Therefore, you can fight those challenges. Challenges are meant to be overcome. 4, you're a winning entrepreneur. That's something to celebrate. So many people out there who don't have a blueprint, don't have a roadmap, don't know what they're doing, and they're standing in their own head and they do not see a solution even when it's slapped them in the face. Okay, so you're a winning entrepreneur. That's something to celebrate. So if there's nothing else you feel like celebrating this week, you don't see the journey you've taken, you don't see the work you've done all week as work, you don't, because you didn't get any sales, therefore there's nothing to celebrate. Just celebrate those things I've just mentioned, meaning drop your selfie inside of that thread that says celebrate. What the bloody fuck? Celebrate, guys. Excuse my German. All right, so today we might be saying a goodbye to Nkwanzi Zange and Kurt Chill, and if we are, it's been a pleasure serving you. It's been a pleasure knowing you. If you are choosing to stay, get in touch with Hazel, check your emails, and do the needful. Okay, so that's all the shouts out I'm having. Malizate, Fist Bam, high five. Good to see you here. Good to see you here, kid. I love that you're always the first one here to acknowledge, to recognize, to like. I would like more of the comment. Those emojis, they're good to use, Martha, but they are not meant to be your be-all and end-all. You're meant to be saying something. That emoji does not really expose your character, your goodness, your juice, your knowledge, your expertise. You know stuff and you just come and like. Do more than just like, but at least you're liking, and that's very important. So I like that. Here's the thing, we kind of decided not to do a Q&A. Now you are asking me questions. We're talking about your successful blueprint. Let's see, what the best way can I use to collect quality emails for my emails? Do you help in making, what the best way can I use to collect quality emails for my emails? Do you help in making lead capture pages? Martha, we have a social media management department under the Kalunji group. I'll send you some information if you want to learn about it. Definitely lead pages are a great way to build up your list, but you need to have another resource in conjunction with the lead pages, which is a CRM, which in my case we use Aweber. There are several others, but for me I use Aweber, so that's all I can talk about. What I use is what I talk about. There are others like GetResponse, MailMunch, MailChimp, Landingi, Infusionsoft. There are millions actually, Martha. The question is what fits within your budget and serves your purposes. So I would say go take a look at Aweber. I'll leave the link for you above this video so you can go visit it, and I'll also attach it to this comment and this question you've asked. And then you can look at Aweber. I'll also leave you a resource I wrote about lead pages as a resource. There's a lead capture page as a means to capture information, but there's a resource called lead pages that I use to create capture pages and contact forms and single standing web pages that help you capture people's attention, capture their information, and be able to ruminate, marinate, cook them till they're cooked. And if you've looked at the Winning Entrepreneurs Den page, that is a lead page. It is literally a lead page. It's created to capture your attention. It's created to walk you through the process of why you need the Winning Entrepreneurs Den. And then you are given an opportunity to come in immediately, or you join my list nonetheless, and I am able to ruminate and marinate you. If you do not confirm your desire to receive information from somebody, especially in the EU, we have what we call the GDPR, compliance rules and regulations. So if you do not click on the confirmation email you receive from me, you will not be added to my email. That means if there are any updates in the den, you don't get to receive them. I'm not sure you did that, Jackson, so you better go and check. So the best way I use to collect emails for my emails for your list, right? To collect emails for your list is to give people value, offer them value, invite them to take a deeper walk with you through a call to action, and point them to a link that points them to a contact form where they can leave you their email and number. Surely you want them, name, email and name, so that you can address them by name, number one, and be able to communicate with them and see how you can serve them more. So definitely you need a contact form, and Aweber gives you some simple contact forms, and lead pages takes it to a whole nother level. Now there are other resources other than lead pages, like again Landingi is one of them. In addition to being a CRM, it's also a lead page creation tool. There is ClickFunnels, ClickFunnels, which is another one that's highly marketed. The brains behind ClickFunnels is a great marketer, so most people think it's the only resource to use. I beg to differ, but hey ho, different opinions. Infusionsoft as well. So there's so many as well. So you can look at lead pages. Like I said, I'll leave you the resource so you can take a look. And if you've looked at ClickFunnels, I'm sure you have, you can also compare, and you can then make a decision where you're going to put your dollar, because they're not free. Building an email list is building your own cash point, people. For those of you that are carrying the donkey, well, it's a choice. Again, usually it's a choice that is determined by your brain, that tells you there is not enough money, there's not enough money, there's not enough money. When you look at that and you think about that all the time, that becomes true for you. There's not enough money. So you have to think ahead and know that I'm investing this in myself, and therefore the money is a given. It's already there in my escrow. All I have to do is show up, and the money will show up for me as well. It's an energy. It comes to you and it flows through you, goes on to the next person you are paying, the next resource you're paying for, the pleasures and lifestyle you're paying for. So money never just stays with you. It's an energy. It keeps flowing. It's like a waterfall. It keeps flowing. It keeps flowing. It keeps flowing. Good morning, Jackson. How you doing? Good to see you here. So guys, Martha, the best resource for me, there are two. It's not just one. It's Aweber, which is a CRM or customer relationship management tool. That's where the emails are actually collected and saved. That's where I can send out communications, broadcasts, send you newsletters, blog posts, send you what offers are going, remind you that we are closing this offer, it's about to end, and basically just basically love on you. Lead Pages is the one that creates those smashing, sexy looking web pages that get you to pull out your wallet and pay for the resource, whatever it is you are being asked to buy. So I'll add the resource to this video, and I'll also add them to as a comment in response to your question. Let's look at life's non-negotiables. Isn't that what we're looking at? Is that what I said we were looking at? I think it is. Let me just hang on. I need to find the Winning Entrepreneurs Den on my laptop and then find that resource that I've talked about. How am I trying to look like an Indian? Crazy, innit? Okay, here we are. Yeah, what are your non-negotiables? There's no Q&A because there are no questions posted. Now, like I've said earlier, you don't need to wait for me to say post your questions here. Post your questions. Hazel will pick them up. I will pick them up. And then we can definitely answer you. Other people will give you an answer because people know stuff even if they act like they don't. You all know a lot of stuff. You just haven't filtered it out in your mind and know this is where that goes, this is where that goes, and therefore I can use it here and there in my business. And that's why I'm here, to help you filter it all out and know what you use and smash out your business goals. So today, celebrate that you know all that stuff. Today is all about celebrating. It's your daily win. Let's get back to life's non-negotiables. Now, circa 2013, I was literally at the end of my tethers. I had had enough of sitting at home and throwing a pity party, packed with seafood, eat it, and I really didn't like the size of my body, and I was saying enough is enough. And over the years since then, I've come to learn, and even before that, so I'm not saying my life began in 2013. There was so much more to celebrate. I just didn't see it then. But I've learned that to have more in life, in your career, in your business, in your relationship, you have to say yes to you and to that thing you're saying yes to. And in business, you are saying yes to money. As an entrepreneur, as a marketer, as a human being, you're saying yes, 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 yes. Yes, I deserve more of that money, and I deserve it in good, large amounts. There's something I want to share with you. I thought I'd put it here, just 1 minute. I had to have it printed on a small A5 so that you can see it, because I have it on a big kind of whiteboard. But when you say yes to your life, your career, your relationship, your money, you create something that looks like that. Does that make sense? That is a mini vision board. That's my vision board. So for those of you that didn't know what it looks like, that's what it looks like. And this is not mine. This is our family vision board. Like I did tell you, I don't remember when, but sometime last year, that we do a family vision board. And so we sit as a family and we do this. And we basically create what we want as a family. Then each one of us goes out there and creates their own as a person, based on what we want as a family and what you want as a human being. So there's something you want as a person and there's something you want as a member of this community, micro community called the family. And then we put them up on our board, like a whiteboard. So one of my life's non-negotiables for the past 4 or 5 years is I have to tap into my vision and I have to bring out my higher self. To get to that place, you must have some non-negotiables in life. Things that you have to live your life daily. I want you to share your non-negotiables with me in a comment below. What do you understand by non-negotiable? How you doing, Jackson? Vernani, how you doing? How are you feeling, darling? I hope you're feeling lots better. Full of beans. It's snowing in Liverpool, so I'm sure you don't want to come here. It's bloody cold. But I know that the cold actually kills off a lot of germs. So while we hate the cold, it's God's way of cleansing the earth, if I may put it that way. The snow is white, it's clean, it's like light, it's beautiful. Anyway, let me share with you my 5 non-negotiables, right? I want you to share your non-negotiables with me. And non-negotiables are things that must be there in your life, whether you have money or not. And some of them may depend on you building up a certain level of income, but either way, you are definitely saying, this is what I am, and there's nothing that's going to change about that. Number 1, I'm a world citizen. You know how people keep asking you, where do you come from? You know, here in the UK, everybody you meet, and I mean everybody, including fellow black people, white people, Chinese, Indian, all races will ask you, where do you originally come from? And I always say, I am a human being. And then I smile, I beam at you a big smile, like I am a human being. And what I'm trying to say is I'm a world citizen. There are no borders that can stop me. Borders cannot stop me. And that's why I love the digital space, because there are no borders in the digital space. Obviously, there are borders because people create borders around their content so that you have to go through those borders to get to them. Google creates hoops and loops you have to jump through to get to page 1. There are all kinds of invisible borders, but when it comes to other human beings, there are no borders. My energy, your energy, we're connected. There are no borders. The only thing that stops me and you is your energy may not be aligned with mine, or what I want may not be aligned with what you want. So either way, there are no borders. So borders cannot stop me. I'm a world citizen. That's a non-negotiable for me. So human borders created by humans, that this is UK, that is US, that is Germany, that is Zimbabwe, that's Uganda. Nah, I'm a world citizen. Number 2, that means I attract other people who know there are no borders. There is no limit. And by the way, that's a highly, deeply spiritual thing as well. There are no limits. There is infinite abundance in this world. There is more than enough for everybody, including myself, especially myself. Because once I feel my pot of life, I can give others from my overflow. So I'm a world citizen, right? So there are no borders. Number 2, I live an intentional life. A purposeful, God-led, intentional life. A life led by light because I am the light. A life led by success because I am success. That means they come from within me. I don't look outside of myself to create those things. The same goes to happiness. The same goes to motivation. That's what intentional living is about. You motivate yourself. Your happy comes from you. You are the success you seek, and you are the light that beams out and shines other people's lights too. And someone else is lighting your path as well. Your coaches, your mentors, the people you look up to, they are lighting your path too. So you must light up other people's paths too. So that's one of my non-negotiables. So forget drifting, forget indecision, forget I don't know, I'm into da. These are joy and success killers. Drifting, indecision, procrastination, overwhelm. And when I say those things, I'm not saying them in a mean way. But when you make them part of your daily life, because sometimes you get to find a resource and there's so much. For instance, for those of you that didn't start with us in the den, when you come into the den, you find so much information you literally don't know where to start. It's like a huge, massive buffet and you don't know where to start. And I always say start with the starter. In other words, start with day one, the daily win for that day you've joined. And give yourself a chance to grow, because no one is born today and they are running and they are successful and they are smashing out their goals tomorrow. You're a baby. Learn to grow into a toddler, an infant, a child, a young adult, an adult, a teenager. We've missed a stage as well. Young adult, and then start smashing out your goals. It could take 2 months. It could take 12 months, it could take 24 months, whatever the time it takes you to adapt and grow into that person who knows you are worthy of the good that's inside of the den, and therefore you're staying and you are enjoying and you are taking on those goodies and implementing them in your business. That is what you want to do. So my life must have purpose. You don't have to live, and you don't want to live a life that's purposeless. My life must have purpose, including creating massive wealth, because my wealth is mine. Nobody can access it. So if I do not tap into that wealth and bring it to manifest in the land of the living, it will go unclaimed in the spiritual realm. Your family, wealth, health, wellness, it all comes to me. It's all my wealth. No one can take it from me unless I let them. Purposeful living. Number 3, I am the one. I am absolutely the dog's bollocks, the dog's dinner, and everything in between. I am the one. I am it. I am the first on my list. I am the first in my life. Because if I put someone else first, I am lying to myself. Let me tell you, we as parents and mommies, we say, my children come first, my parents come first, my husband comes first, they are my life, so and so in my life, bollocks. Because it's the truth. Until you accept that you are it, and these people have been brought into your life, you have manifested them and they have manifested you. It's a two-way process, and you have a purpose on this world, intentional living. There's a reason why you're here as an immortal spiritual being having a temporary human experience, and therefore there's a purpose why you're here. There's a journey you're taking as a spiritual being, and you are the first one, and you are it, and you're unique, so you can't say so and so takes first place in your life. I am the first. God comes next, because without God there is no me. There is a higher being, but he comes, he's in me, of me, around me. And so if I say I'm gonna put God first, who I've never seen, I'm saying that I don't exist. So I put myself first. I'm acknowledging that there's a God, there's a higher being who has put the breath in me, so I can breathe in and out without ever thinking about it. I just don't think about it. So my hubby comes next. Because without my husband, there'd be no children. So I'd be lying if I said my children are everything, they come next. No. My husband comes next, because he is a co-creator in my life. Together we've created some beautiful beings. And we have a purpose together as a couple. And we have a purpose to bring up these amazing children into adults and help them on their spiritual journey on this planet. And so he comes next in my life. And one day, my nest will be empty. Hopefully not. Hopefully my children will be able to live around me if my plan comes to fruition, which it will. So there's no if, there's a when. My plan is to have this amazing dream home where the children have their own quarters right next door. Okay, so the children come after that, because they're gonna build their own lives. Me and my husband, we have agreed to be one person, and therefore, hopefully with long life, we will be together for a long time. Then my children, who also will build their own lives, come next. So if I don't look after me, everything else becomes second place, third place, or 10th place as I walk back to health. So I have to look after me. I have to make sure I am fine emotionally, physically, spiritually, socially, financially. You know the drill. If you're not okay in any of those areas, you are so stressed up in that space, nobody else matters anyway. Number 4, freedom. It's a non-negotiable. So I do everything in my power to be a free being on this planet. That means I don't do things that will put me in a precarious position that may take away my freedom. My life must offer freedom, time, fun, freedom. So I focus on my vibration. I focus on my energy. I focus on my thoughts. I focus on joy, peace, freedom, and inspired actions. This helps me manifest more of those things in my life. Oh, come on. Okay, that's fine. You were overwhelmed, Jackson. I know, because you decided you wanted everything. You went to a buffet and you wanted the food all at once. And you served yourself on a plate and you still wanted to eat the whole plate in one bite. It's not possible. So allow some shifts to happen. As I say in the introduction video, allow some shifts to happen for you so that you can enjoy this amazing buffet that's the Winning Entrepreneurs Den, that's served on a daily basis to you, to a point that some people take it for granted, just like you start taking for granted your wealthy parents, the wealth you start to accumulate. You start to take it all for granted, the job you have, your partner, your children. We take it all for granted because we see it every day. That's what happens. And then sometimes taking it for granted starts to bring in the do I even need it? And we start to sabotage ourselves. It's self-sabotage to have access to an amazing resource like the den. And then you tell yourself you don't need it. There's too much to do. There's so much going on in your life, and 15 pounds is too much. Let me not go there. So let's get back to the non-negotiables in life. So freedom is a non-negotiable. If you are incarcerated in some way, shape, or form in your life, you are not living your purposeful life. And when I say incarcerated, sometimes we incarcerate ourselves. When I say incarcerate, let me use simple words because we don't want to keep it simple, Sylvia. When you are in jail, even Facebook creates a jail. When you break some invisible rules of Facebook and you're sent to jail. In other words, you can't access either your groups or your page, or you can't do certain things because you have been put in Facebook jail. In other words, you've been blocked from doing certain actions. Sometimes you're blocked from accessing your very own account. You want freedom to move, whether in the digital space, in the free world, in your life, in your spiritual space, in your social space, freedom everywhere. Number 5, residual income. Now, I'm sure my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents never thought of residual income. All they thought about was daily food. I need to have food to eat daily. But we live in a world whereby I can create an income outside of, say, my job. If I were working for somebody, I'd still be focused on creating residual income, which I've always been focused on somehow. So from when I was a child, I would see my mother go collect rent from her tenants. So I knew that's what you want to do. You want to have tenants who pay you money. I knew she used to go to work every day as a secretary, and she would always go to collect her rent every month. So I knew it's natural to have an income that comes from somewhere other than your job. So in my mind, it has always been that a job is a means to creating that kind of income where you can go and collect rent every month somewhere else. And in my mind, it was always the rent that was the residual. As I grew up, of course, I got to learn other ways to create residual, bonds, stocks, other things. And then the digital era came, and I found an amazing, fantastic way to not only work for myself, but also create residual income through the things I do daily, and also feed into that kind of residual income I grew up knowing was residual income, which is real estate. My enterprise must have a strong revenue potential. What does your enterprise give you? Is it your enterprise, or are you tapping into someone else's enterprise? Frankly speaking, it does not matter how you bring in revenue, as long as you create a residual revenue potential, whereby you create an income that comes into you over and above everything else, and it's incremental. It increases year on year. I'm not talking about a paycheck that's paid to you by your job, where they may give you an extra £200 a year, £500 extra a year, which immediately the Royal Highness, the Queen, takes away in taxes because she is entitled to your income before you even access it. So these are the cornerstones of my vision board, which I showed you. The cornerstones of our vision board as a family. This is the family one. It's a little snippet of the family vision board. I had it printed so I could show you guys. So do you have a family vision board, and do you have family non-negotiables? What do you have as a non-negotiable? This week was network marketing week. I wanted to talk to you guys who are in network marketing about your non-negotiables, because you are building an income that may not necessarily be your income, even though you are paid a great income for promoting and bringing in custom and other distributors into that space. Ultimately, you want to have your own non-negotiables as a person. You too need to know this in order to get more yeses in both business and life. When you say yes to these things, at least those 5 things I've laid out for you, what are yours? You're saying yes to receiving more in your business, in your life, in your social, in your spiritual, in your career, whatever it is you do that is meant to bring more light and love into your life, you get more of that. So as you go out to get more people to see your opportunity, to look at your product as theirs, you want to say yes to you in certain areas of your life so that certain doors are open to you without you hustling so much. Rather, exerting the right energy and you bring in the result. Exerting energy is different from hustling. Please stop saying hard work pays. I beg oh. If you're in the Winning Entrepreneurs Den, using the word hard work pays becomes true for you. That means whatever you do has to be hard. Am I making sense here, guys? So it's one of my, over and above the 5 non-negotiables. Did you hear me say the word hard work? Did you hear me use the word hustle? Did you hear me saying I have to chase people? Did you hear me saying I have to beg? No. These non-negotiables are positives in my life. There is no negative anything in my life. So the word hard work, I'll work hard and succeed, no can do. I will work smart. I will allow things to flow to me. I'll allow source to connect me, to orchestrate circumstances, to bring me destiny helpers and good helpers, and to show me where I'm falling short so I can correct my steps and serve more people. And I love to serve more people in a space whereby I do one sale and I can sit back and say, I don't really care this month. I am done. So where is that for you? What is that high ticket product you sell that if you sold 1 product, your month would be made? If you sold 3 products, oh my goodness, you can sit back for the next 3 months. If you sold 10 products, you are singing hallelujah. What is that thing you are doing? I know you may be doing network marketing. That is just a means to that thing you want to create, whereby you create an income that you don't have to chase. Seriously, guys, as a winning entrepreneur, one of the things you want to consider is maybe real estate. Because with real estate, you don't have to hustle once you've planted your seed in the ground. You've planted it, it has matured, and people are paying you to live in it, or to work in it, or to rent it out. Whatever they do in your building, you are paid, and you're paid. Someone came in and asked us if we can rent in the whole building. I think I showed you the building some few months back that we were literally putting the finishing touches on, and someone walked in and says, I could pay you for 5 years. I want the whole building. He's given us some conditions, but his offer is crazy. It's crazy to say no to that offer, because that would mean we have solid cash to do whatever our next project is, including living life even more. What are you planting that you don't have to hustle for? So whatever you are doing in your network marketing business, in your business, where are you planting that money that will help you enjoy your life without hustling so hard? The word hustle being hard, and hard being something you want to erase from your work, because hard work is bloody hard and you don't want it. Okay, I know some of you find it hard to not say it. Hard work pays. If you work hard, you'll succeed. Forget that bollocks, okay? Allow source to connect you. Allow your actions to be the keys to your success. Allow the hours you put in, which shouldn't be hard, to bring results. Allowing that you are walking the walk, you are walking in the vineyard, and you are paid because you walk in that vineyard. and you are paid just because you show up, and people are buying your products just because you exist. Money comes to you just because you're alive and you're breathing and you're human. Saying hard work is what pays you is the worst thing you can say to yourself. Good afternoon, Maura. How you doing? Good to see you here, darling. I want that to sink in. Saying hard work pays means you are deciding that your life is going to be hard so that you can get paid. On the other hand, I just say I get paid just because I show up. I get paid just because I'm breathing and I'm alive. My products fly off the shelf just because they're already on the internet and I've done the work. I don't have a problem doing the work. I just don't put the word hard and attach it to my work. So what are your non-negotiable, guys? What is your non-negotiable in life? Bottom line, perception is everything. If you perceive that you have to work hard to succeed, that becomes true for you. You start to see yourself as the hard worker. Oh, I have to put in the hustle muscle. Every day I have to work hard. That's your perception. For me, my whole life is every day should have a purpose. Every day I get to see a miracle called life. For me, those around me love me. They just want to hang out with me. People are overwhelmed with the internet. They desire a voice to follow. Be that voice. Be that person. Don't go peddling hard work pays. That is not the pedal you want to pedal. You want to pedal the ease, the flow, the allowing. There is a power higher than you that's working for you. If you say hard work pays, they say, yes, ma'am, genie in a bottle. If you've heard that story, if you've read that story, Aladdin's lamp, you rub the belly of that bottle. Whatever you say comes true for you because that's what you believe. Perception is everything. It is, others call it self-image, law of attraction, whatever. You believe what you believe, but it's true. So be grateful for who you are. Be grateful for what you are, and be grateful for where you're going. Who you are is the you, the essence of you, your core values, your spirit, you the human being. What you are is what you do, how you show up for others, how you serve others, and what you do to get that moolah in. Where you're going is your dream, your future, your mission. Be grateful for those things because they are all tied together in one thing, right? The future is what you don't know. The past has already gone, you've lived it. And what you are is what you're doing every day to make your life purposeful and meaningful for you. Gratitude is the energy that attracts. Gratitude is the energy that attracts. Gratitude is the energy that attracts and makes your non-negotiables lit. So, for wealth to come to you, ditto. Be grateful for what you already have that you've created. If you walk around sulking, talking about how people don't respond to you, that's true for you because they will continue not to respond to you the way you want them to because you're focused on they don't respond to you. Sit down and start writing what you're grateful for. Write until you can't think of anything more that you're grateful for. If you don't know what to be grateful for, start with just your body. Start with your, I have hair, I have eyes that see, and they see. I don't need glasses. If you need glasses, I can afford glasses so I can see clearer. Look at your nose. Can you breathe? Your lips. Can you talk? Can you eat? Can you taste what you eat? Is it tasty? Is it great? Your teeth, they are great. You can bite chikajo and enjoy it. If you have nothing that comes to mind when you're writing your gratitude list, think about what you've got already. Very few people look at what they've got on a deeper level. That you have muscles, that your muscles work, that your hands move, that your fingers can type, they can click on your phone. There are people who don't have hands, they literally have stumps. That you have shoulders that move. Just go from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. By the time you're done, you're on a roll. You don't even want to stop because gratitude generates an energy of joy, and you start to see, oh my goodness, I have a lot to be grateful for, and that's part of your non-negotiables. Gratitude. Keep going. What are you grateful for? Add it to your daily win today, because so many of you are not grateful on a Friday for having gone through a week And having done whatever you did, you want to see thousands of sales in your repertoire, but you're not grateful for who you already have, who has already trusted you as your teammate, as your customer, as your whatever, and you don't show up for yourselves, and then the next week starts to tumble, and it becomes a vicious circle of no achievement because you're not grateful for what you've got. It's called life. Be grateful every blessed week. Don't be like the people outside the den who let week after week go and they just wait for Monday and the Monday blues and then they start the cycle again. Be purposeful in your living. I encourage you to seal your non-negotiables. Seal the deal today with your non-negotiables. Whatever they are, write them with joy, write them with a whole lot of fun, have fun doing it, and then seal the deal. Know that these are my life non-negotiables. Whatever I do, this is what is true for me, and it will be true for you. So, I don't know about you, but I think that's enough for today. If you have a question, drop it before I literally end this session, because I'm about to. And remember, there is no question and answer session without questions. And the questions are either posted prior to the session so I can get started already. Because if you're not going to be here on time for the Q&A on Friday, then the best thing you can do is post the question inside of the den. The den has no restrictions on posting in the den, as long as you follow the rules that we have put inside on what to post in the den. So you can post your question. Or be sure to be here live between 11:30 and 11:45. That's when I get started. And join me live and ask your question away. I will answer it. I'll send you resources. I'll point you in the right direction. I'll tell you no if I don't know, because I am good like that. I'm good like that. So Friday is meant to be a day when you show up in the den as you, not as a replay, but as you, because I cannot answer your questions if you don't show up and ask them. If you don't ask them inside of the thread, if you don't post them, I cannot answer your questions. And if I don't know your answer, I will tell you, and I'll tell you I'll go seek some guidance from my own coaches. I have 3 already, and I can ask, because we have similar groups on Facebook where we ask questions and we are masterminding together and we are brainstorming and we are sharing our goodies. So if I don't know an answer for you, I will ask in the groups that I am part of that are paid groups. I'm not talking about general groups. I'm talking about where my coaches hold the masterminds, where we will meet up with other students and we can ask questions. So every coach must have a coach. If you have a coach who doesn't have coaches, oh, you're in trouble. Because where are they getting the answers? God only knows. I'm grateful for you, Jack. I'm glad you're here, and I know that you're going places. You absolutely are going places. I know the transformation that's going on with you, because I used to see you on the peripheral, and I used to see the kind of things you used to post, and now the change is like night and day. So kudos to you. Well done, well done, well done. So definitely we're done. If you have time, join me in the public live. We are going to talk about, well, questions and answers. So I can't tell you what we're going to talk about because it's a Q&A session. I have a couple of questions that were asked during my Monday and Wednesday shows. I'm going to answer those as well. And if anyone asks a question, I'll be answering it. If you want to join me in the public live, it will be at 1:30 UK time. So in an hour's time, join me. Let's do this thing. Have an amazing weekend. Do not forget to fill in the tracker. Don't be that winning entrepreneur who pretends to be an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur tracks their actions, tracks their resources, tracks their strategies, tracks their mission, tracks their steps, and tracks their results. If you're not doing that, you have a very, very expensive hobby. Think about that as you give yourself excuses why you will not fill in the tracker this weekend. Oh, I don't want Julie to know that I only prospected 10 people. You prospected 10 people. Do you know how many marketers can't even prospect one person? You prospected 10 and you're thinking, I don't want Julie to know. If you prospected 2 people, You are better than that one that ruminated and procrastinated until they could not reach out to anybody. So you reached out to 2 people. Put that in the tracker. That will hold you accountable to do more next week. It's your business, darling. It is your business. If you're not tracking, you have a hobby. That means you are play acting at being a marketer and a business owner or a direct selling rep. You are play acting. Because in direct sales and network marketing, you connect with people, you communicate, you invite them to take a look at your offers, and then you ask for the sale. If you're not doing these things either through a funnel, I have a funnel, so I'm doing these things every week, or you have leads coming to you through your messenger, I do these things. And for those of you that did that Jack session, that's what we talked about yesterday, how to use messenger as your boardroom and make sales in your products all week long, every week. So lead generation can be automated right here on Facebook, and you don't even have to be there talking to people. You set your systems in place and they do the talking for you. Some of you don't realize that even communicating can be automated right here on Facebook, and you still make sales. The only thing that I leave to generic growth is the den, because I know it is something that is growing by itself, whether I promote it or not. It is growing. People make buying decisions based on their current circumstances, and so they come in when they're ready. When I start putting money behind the den, there will be a specific number of people inside of the den, so it makes sense to put a marketing budget behind it. I put a marketing budget behind Jet Set Academy coaching because one sale could equate to $6,000. One sale could equate to $3,000. One sale could equate to $1,000. So I put a marketing budget behind it. Where is your marketing budget at, and what do you do to market your business? Well, you've got more than I wanted to say today. So that's it from me, guys. You are most welcome, B. I'm glad to pour into you. For those of you that had a session yesterday, we had a great session. Lots of information on lead generation and how to automate it right here on Facebook. You will get your information inside of your portals at some point today or tomorrow, because Hazel is very busy. We have been busy trying to set up our marketing machine behind our planner and the newly relaunched Journey Without Limits again on Amazon. So we have been a bit all over the place, but in a good way, because we have a system, so we can't be all over the place. We still have a system we follow, and so it still falls into place one way or another. So she will put your stuff inside of your portals. All you have to do is log on, scroll down to the bottom, click on the number of page you want to go to, and go to it, because I think some of you don't know to do that. So you can do that. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, whichever you log into. You scroll down to the bottom, you will see a very clear red sign that says click on a page number below to go to the next session or the session you wish to revisit. And when you click on a number, it actually takes you to either session 2, session 3, bonus sessions. So you just do that and you will be able to access whatever we posted and whatever we did yesterday, plus the resources, the downloadable PDFs that you can just download, and you don't have to keep logging in all the time. And for those of you that want an extra session, I think that's Mora and Bonani. We have one more session. It probably will be on Thursday next week. And for the rest of you, you need to agree, and then we can book you in for a wrap-up session and a kind of what's next session, 30 minutes with me next week. So let's do that inside of our private mastermind. We have a little mini mastermind inside of the mastermind. Do that, and let's get that party completed, because clearly you guys are already overwhelmed with Jet Set Academy coaching, are you? Because you are all over the place. Yesterday you were all over the place. But hey ho, that's life, isn't it? Living in the gap. Thanks for joining me. God bless you. Take care. See you in the public life if you're joining me. I love you guys. Bye now.